Hey Beauts, Fanny Ann here. Now welcome back to another vlog-ish thing. I think you can call these vlogs. I don't really know. All I know is I've been really fucking busy because you guys know that I'm going to LA, so I work a lot and it's Christmas, so I still need more money and I'm working in retail, so I'm very, very busy and I haven't had a lot of time to make videos, and today I'm going to make like 4 because I have time to do it. It's Sunday, I'm going to do it, but the first thing I'm going to do is something that we haven't done in a very long time. It's going to be reading out fresh fan fiction, and I'm really fucking excited. I racked my brain thinking of what I could do because we've done Slender Man, we've done Spidey Pool, we've done Fan, we've done Pewdieken, we've done Septiplier, we've done it. We've covered the genres, covered the bases, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I thought, well, I'll go back to, you know, YouTubers and have a little go at that. And I'm pretty sure I said in a video a while ago that I would do a PewDiePie and Cinnamon Toast Ken one. Oh god, it's been so long since I've stimulated myself mentally and sexually. Kidding. It's called A Little Loving, and in brackets Pewdieken, just in case we didn't know what it was. The summary of the fan fiction is Ken and Felix move in with each other. They're not having any fun between the sheets. Now, Ken said he would wait for his little Felix till he was ready, but a man has needs. A man does have needs. Physical needs that involve a cute Swedish gamer. Welly, welly, I'm excited. 3,500 word count. This is gonna take forever. Buckle up, strap on in. Strap on, strap in, strap in. Ken sighed softly as he watched his boyfriend of 5 months, Felix, working tirelessly on the newest Let's Play they were doing with Cry, Sea Nanas and Minx. It's been a while since I've done one of them. Ken rolled on his stomach and watched Felix edit the whole video while talking to Cry on Skype. I could just imagine him, like, you know when teenage girls roll on their stomach and they put their legs, swing their legs in the air, they're like, what you doing? What you doing, Felix? This was sort of their daily ritual now since they moved together. They would wake up, eat, record, shower and fall asleep together. Then they would start the next day the exact same way. I mean, why do they shower after recording? Surely you shower in the morning. Eat, be smelly, make a video, go have a shower. Now, it was all well and good for the first few weeks, because just having Felix here with him was all he could really ask for, but a man has needs, physical needs, that involve a certain Swedish man and his gorgeous naked body spread out over their bed, begging for Ken to take him. That's the kind of needs I want. Ken has the right priorities. Spread eagle on those king-size sheets.
As Ken's thoughts began to wander, his cheeks started to flare up, and he quickly laid his head down on his arms to hopefully cover up his red cheeks. He let out a soft sigh and looked up when he heard his boyfriend start to chuckle at something that Cry must have said. Ken narrowed his eyes and quickly laid his head back down on his arms, feeling the bitter taste of jealousy start to crawl up in his throat.
Now, mind you, it wasn't like he didn't like Cry, it was just he hated the fact that Cry could make Felix smile and laugh so easily. Well, maybe you need to buck up your game then, because that's a big thing in a relationship. If you can't make the other person laugh and smile, then why are you even together? And if Cry does it better, maybe you should let Cry in. Let him in. Move on, Ken. You'll find someone else, it's okay. You can have, I don't know, Mark or Sea Nanas, I don't know. That was his job, and honestly, it wasn't fair that Cry was taking all of Felix's attention away from him. He's like a fucking prepubescent girl. Calm down, Ken. Ken let out a frustrated sigh.
He rolled on his back to stare up at the ceiling so he could stop looking at Felix's cute smiling face. That was causing him to have a mixture of emotions that didn't mix well together in his stomach.
That was a sentence. Emotions aren't in your stomach, they're in your brain, but it's fine. I feel so sick because all of my emotions are mixing together into one big cocktail of sadness and happiness and failure. I'm sick.
He covered his eyes with his arms, again, for like the 15th time, and decided to let himself pass the time with his own thoughts till Felix would be done or tell him he's hungry.
Ken, I'm hungry. You need to make me a sandwich. Stop mixing your emotions around and go and make me a sandwich. Because that's your job. You can't make me laugh, you just make food.
He was taken by surprise when his arms were taken away from his face and his boyfriend was staring down at him with a wild smile and big blue eyes. Ken blushed softly, getting lost in those perfect blue eyes that he fell in love with, till Felix's thick Swedish accent brought him back down to earth.
Kenny, are you there? I'm so sorry. My PewDiePie impression is just South Park. It's just Cartman. Kenny, are you there? That's really offensive.
Ken blinked and blushed softly once he realised he was staring at Felix. What? Felix grinned and started to laugh, causing Ken to blush brighter. He swatted his boyfriend away.
Swatted like a fly. Shoo! Shoo! And shook his head. Stop laughing. I couldn't hear what you said with that stupid accent of yours. Harsh. Racist? Felix raised one eyebrow and gave Ken a look. Oh really? And your accent is any better? Ken smirked and chuckled. He sat up and looked at Felix. At least you can understand what I'm saying, unlike you with your thick accent. Ken's southern, right? Because if not, I'm being very offensive right now.
Ken started to laugh at Felix's face, which was just pure annoyance before his laughter was cut off by a pillow to the face. Felix smirked, noticing that he had shut his boyfriend up and started to laugh when Ken hit him back with his own pillow. The pair started playfully pillow fighting before Ken tackled Felix to the bed, pinning the Swedish man down with his hips so he could get a few cheap shots on him.
It's happening. I'm excited. But before Ken could hit his boyfriend with his pillow, he stopped and just stared at Felix's appearance. His crazy blonde hair was crazier than usual. It's fucking mental. Your hair is fucking crazy. His pale cheeks were flared red, his chest was rising and falling, letting out gusts of air escaping between Felix's soft pink lips. Yeah, it's called breathing.
Ken stared at his boyfriend and dropped the pillow onto the bed, causing a look of confusion to flash across Felix's face. Felix started to sit up and asked his boyfriend what was wrong, but he was cut off by Ken pressing his firm, pale lips against his pink lips.
Why has Ken got pale lips? Is he ill? Ken has pale, withered, old lips from being ill. Don't press your... Put some lip balm on. Get some chapstick. Felix let out a soft squeak, like a mouse. And blushed heavily, feeling his boyfriend begin to press harder against his lips. Ken wrapped his large arms around Felix's thin chest. I'm muscular and you are not. You are weedy and thin, and I will wrap around you and break you like a toothpick. Felix let out a tiny moan, feeling Ken pull him closer, making his wrap arms around Ken's neck. Is he strangling him to death? They continued to kiss, but the kisses started to become like a battle for dominance. I mean, out of the two of them, no offence, Pewds, but Ken is definitely a top. Ken started to nip at his boyfriend's bottom lip, causing Felix to open his mouth in a slight gasp, letting Ken slip his tongue into Felix's hot, wet mouth. Gross.
Ken smirked into the kiss and Felix's timid tongue started to rub against his own and started to twist with his tongue, causing him to moan softly. They both pulled back when the need for air became too great.
They're not breathing. You have noses, guys. That's what they're there for. When your mouth is preoccupied with other things, your nose is a passage for breath. So you can breathe through your nose. So you don't need to fight oxygen from kissing. Just...
Panted against each other's parted lips before they opened their eyes to look into each other's eyes. Felix stared into Ken's deep chocolate brown eyes before he cleared his throat and shyly, started to his boyfriend. Well, what was that for? Ken panted and softly shaking his head.
Grandma.
I don't know. I mean, I know I said I would wait for you, but lately all I've wanted to do is just pin you to the nearest wall and do so many bad things to you.
Fabulous.
Fabulous!
Hearing the words come out of his mouth, Ken felt a bit guilty. He didn't want to rush Felix, nor did he want to guilt him into doing something he wasn't ready for. But he also told Felix that when they started dating that they would tell each other anything and everything.
Well, you should have told him that he was jealous of Cry then. Why is he keeping that in? Lies. Lies and deceit. It's not a foundation to build a relationship on, Ken.
Ken looked into Felix's eyes and bit his lower lip when he noticed that Felix was just giving him a blank stare. That honestly wasn't the response he wanted from his boyfriend about this kind of subject. Before he could take back anything, Felix put his hands...
Hands. So Essex to me. Felix put his hands on either side of Ken's face and pulled him into a sweet kiss. Ken felt some heat emerge into his cheeks and slowly started to kiss Felix back, scared that if he did anything else he would scare the Swedish man away. Ah! I'm running away! He just runs back to Sweden. I'm done here. They both pulled away slowly and looked into each other's eyes before Felix smiled at Ken and kissed him softly on the lips. I think I'm ready, Kenny. Kenny. Screw you, Kenny! I just realised. I hate you, Kenny.
Ken blushed heavily and looked at Felix with surprise on his face. Are you sure? Because I don't want to rush you, Felix. I mean, I'm your first actual boyfriend and I don't want you to get completely turned off by the idea of sex with me because it might hurt the first time around. Felix smiled and let out a small giggle. Before he kissed Ken on the cheek and whispered in his ear, I trust you, Ken. I know you won't hurt me and I know you won't do anything that I don't want. I love you and I'm ready. I really am.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm still going to carry on doing it because it's funny. Ken was dumbstruck for a bit before a wide grin spread across his lips and he pulled Felix in for a tight hug. Oh, Felix, I love you so much and I promise you'll love every second of it, I swear. Felix rolled his eyes and pat Ken's back with one hand. There. Calm down, Kenny.
With one hand while he moved his free hand slowly down Ken's chest to his boyfriend's crotch. Felix cupped Ken's member.
Through his Cookie Monster sleep pants. Very specific on the detailing of pants, I appreciate that.
And whispered in his ear, I thought you wanted to do some bad things to me, Kenny. Kenny. Ken gasped softly and let out a playful growl before kissing Felix roughly, laying him down on the bed. Felix moaned softly and ran his fingers through Ken's hair as he kissed him back roughly. Ken moved his hands down from Felix's waist to his thighs so he could drape his boyfriend's legs over his hips so he could grind his straining erection into Felix's own growing erection.
Oh, forgot to breathe from my nose there. Need to get some breath in. Felix gasped and moaned against Ken's lips, grinding up against him. I think they meant hips there, but they wrote lips. Just grinding my lips. Oh God, Ken. Oh, this is in German. I mean, not German, Swedish. Good Ken. Tag mig snälla. Okay, let's do it again. Good Ken. Tag mig snälla. Ken smirked and chuckled, kissing down Felix's neck. I don't know what that means. I can't bother to fucking Google Translate.
Kissing down Felix's neck, making the other purr like a kitten. I don't know what you just said, but it sounded so hot. He continued to kiss down Felix's neck and nipped at Felix's collarbone as he slowly started to slip his hands under his boyfriend's shirt.
This is all going so slowly. There's something in my eye. Felix moaned and whimpered, tilting his head to the side as Ken continued to kiss and nip at his neck. Fucking hell, why are you putting Swedish in? Fan Ken sluta det ag kanschlik da? Oh, that's definitely all wrong. Ken smirked and started to pinch and rub Felix's nipples. Christ. Making the Swedish man gasp and whimper slowly.
You're so cute when you get all Swedish on me, babe. Felix whimpered again and squirmed under his boyfriend's wandering hands that started to run down his chest and over his ribs, then down his stomach. Very specific. Ken smirked and started to undo Felix's jeans before pulling them down, leaving Felix in his perfect white undies.
I can just imagine wearing wire fronts and it's just great.
His boyfriend blushed heavily and gasped when Ken forced his legs apart, leaving Felix completely vulnerable to the taller man.
Ken stared down at Felix and growled softly. Sound like Chewbacca. Before pulling his boyfriend's undies off, leaving him naked from the waist down. That's what happens when you pull undies off. You don't need to explain that. The Swedish man squeaked. Stop squeaking like a mouse, Felix. And
Caught himself blushing brightly at his boyfriend as his boyfriend continued to stare down him with a hungry gaze.
I want to eat that. I want to eat that. All of that. I'm hungry. I'm a serving man who wants some ribs.
Stop staring at me. God, Ken, you're making this so awkward. Felix whimpered and closed his eyes, turning his head to the side away from Ken's penetrating gaze.
It's the first use of penetrating, and it's not in the good way.
Ken blinked and smiled softly before tilting Felix's head back to look him in the eyes. I'm sorry. It's just you're so beautiful, gosh, I mean... Felix was shocked by his boyfriend's sudden bashfulness. His boyfriend was usually so cocky and confident, but this Ken was tender, sweet, and a little shy. In all honesty, this Ken was beyond adorable, and Felix couldn't help just to pull him into a deep kiss. Caught off guard by the sudden kiss, Ken let out an unmasculine squeak. Fucking nice, everyone's squeaking. And a dark red blush rose up his cheeks, feeling his boyfriend's soft lips press against his own. Ken responded by wrapping his big strong arms around Felix's waist to pull him close and kissed him back just as deeply.
Get on with it. Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it!
Felix moaned and gasped, feeling Ken's cock twitch against his thigh. Just from the sound of Felix's soft moan, he moaned softly and ran his hand down Ken's chest to his thin Cookie Monster. I swear we've already done this. To his thin Cookie Monster sleep pants. Why are you repeating yourself? Fucking hell.
Felix groped Ken through his sleep pants and started to stroke his boyfriend's cock with long, confident strokes, making Ken gasp and growl against Felix's lips.
That was an ordeal. That was a repeated ordeal. I swear I just read this already. We're on fucking 18 minutes. I'm gonna have to speed this shit up.
Felix smirked and licked his lips slowly, continuing to stroke his boyfriend's thick cock before he whispered into Ken's ear. Why am I the only one half naked, Ken? I think you need to lose those pants before I rip them off you. Ken smirked and pushed Felix onto the bed, taking off his own cinnamon-toast Ken shirt along with his sleeping pants, leaving him completely naked like the day he was born.
Indeed. That's what happens when you come out of a vagina. You're not normally clothed. I'm wearing a full suit. A three-piece suit. Good morrow to you. I am born. Felix gasped was stared at Ken's completely naked body, feeling his cock harden and twitch at the sight of his boyfriend's thick, flushed red cock. Why are all these cocks twitching? Like they have problems. Stop twitching your cock around. Felix snapped out of the trance that Ken's cock had on him. It's got one of them like spinning dials that like you just stare at and it puts you into like a trance. Flipped his dirty blonde hair out of his eyes before he spread his legs. Whoa! Here he comes to save the day! Then come and get your look, Fee. Felix bit his lower lip and smirked as he crawled over to his boyfriend. He let out a soft purr onto Ken's cock before he ran his tongue slowly over the tip. It's getting there. I thought it was getting there with the pillow fight, but I was wrong. It's getting there now. Causing Ken to let out a shuddery breath. Oh God, Felix. Felix looked up at his boyfriend and started to stroke Ken's cock with slow, long strokes as he started to suck on the tip, moaning softly at the taste of his boyfriend's pre-cum exploding into his taste buds. I can, like, taste it. The imagination taste is making me want to vomit. Let's carry on. Ken watched his boyfriend suck on the head of his cock. I always want the smut to happen, and then when it does, I feel sick. I'm like, oh, I regret wanting to see this. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Before he started to run his fingers through his boyfriend's soft blonde locks, moaning softly, feeling Felix take more of Ken's cock into his mouth. Felix took more of Ken's cock into his mouth. Second paragraph, same sentence, let's carry on. And whimpered softly, feeling the girth of Ken's cock stretching out his mouth. Jesus, how big is it? Like, fuck. Is it like this? Because that was stretched so. He began to bob his head slowly, running his tongue over every bit that Felix could take into his mouth, causing Ken to moan louder. His boyfriend gasped and moaned loudly, arching his back as his cock was hugged by Felix's warm, wet mouth. So repetitive. Just with different grammar. Just change it. What is this, a fucking thesaurus for cock? I don't know what's going on.
Thesaurus for cock?
He gripped at Felix's hair and started to thrust slowly into Felix's mouth, groaning softly. Oh God, Felix. What am I doing? Felix smirked and was about to take more of Ken's throbbing cock into his mouth, but he was suddenly pulled off of his boyfriend's cock. So much cock. So much mention of cock. I don't like saying it anymore. I might say rooster instead. He gasped and looked down at his boyfriend with wide eyes and slick and red swollen lips. Jesus. I'd rather come into that tight little ass of yours. Oh dear God. Do I carry on? Do I carry on? Ken pulled out a clear bottle with some light pink gel inside and popped the cap on before he started to spread the gel into his 2 fingers. Felix frowned and tilted his head to the side, panting softly as he watched his boyfriend put the bottle to one side. What's that, Ken? How innocent is he that he doesn't know what lube is? Ken kissed Felix's soft lips and started to press his lubed fingers against Felix's arsehole. Wowee! Something to make this easier. Something to make this easier, baby. Felix opened his mouth to say something, but before he could, he was cut off by a rugged moan. Oh, for fuck's sake, more Swedish. Afen Ken and Fen. Ken shivered, feeling Felix's tight entrance squeeze around his fingers. Oh, God. Damn, you're so tight, he smirks. Starts to move his fingers slowly into his boyfriend's arse before he leaned down to whisper in his ear. I can't wait to have it hugging my big cock. Rooster.
Ken started to move his fingers faster inside of Felix, making his boyfriend groan and pant softly against his boyfriend's lips. More Swedish. And go on, Ken. Ken smirked and continued to move his fingers fast and deep into Felix's tight entrance, making his boyfriend gasp and moan loudly, arching his back of the bed when Ken struck that special spot inside of him.
It's called a push date. Felix panted heavily and gripped to the bed sheets, looking up at his boyfriend with half-lidded, darkened with lust eyes. I don't know what that means. Ken, hit there again, please. Ken smirked and continued to move his fingers against Felix's prostate. There we go. Turning his boyfriend into a panting, moaning mess. A light coating of sweat covered Felix's lightly flushed body, making him look even more beautiful to Ken. Ken groaned and started to scissor his fingers in Felix's entrance. Oh my God.
Stretching him out even more. Felix moaned loudly, his toes curling at the feeling of being stretched by his lover's fingers.
I'm gonna be sick. I'm going to vomit.
Watching Felix's expressions and the way his lips would part to let out pleasurable sounds was becoming too much for Ken. He needed his boyfriend and he needed him. Now, Ken slowly pulled his fingers out of his boyfriend's entrance, letting out a soft growl. As Felix let out a small whimper. At the loss of Ken's fingers, Felix looked up at Ken and pushed his bottom lip out in a cute pout. Ken smirked wider and kissed the pout away from Felix's lips, distracting him while Ken spread some lube onto his hard cock. As Ken pulled away, he held Felix's hips as he started to push into Felix's tight entrance, making Ken let out a choked groan and making Felix let out a gasp and a whimper.
I knew you were a bottom. Fucking told you. Let out a loud whimper, feeling his lover's cock stretch him out. I really don't want to read anymore. Ken rubbed his boyfriend's sides and kissed him back slowly, pausing once his cock was completely engulfed by his lover's extremely tight arsehole. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say out loud, but I just did. He pulled away from the kiss and panted softly against Felix's lips as he tried to restrain himself till Felix gave him the okay to move. Felix's entrance tightened around Ken's cock, causing him to gasp, and a growl released from him into his boyfriend. Fucking hell. It's just all the same stuff over and over, like repeated constantly. Groaning, growling, cock, arse, tighten, sounds like a sock. Kiss me, I kissed him, soft lips, lips against lips, covered his face. It's just repeated constantly and constantly and constantly. Let's read the last paragraph together because there was like 4. Hello boy, you wanna come up here? You wanna come up here? So we're going to read the last paragraph together because we've missed out like 4 paragraphs because it was just repeated itself constantly, and my battery's low from this. I'll give you a little summary before we, just because I'm not reading it all. They had sex with each other. PewDiePie didn't really like it because it was a bit tight. Ken was like, yeah, this is great. And then, you know, he was nice to him because it's his first time, and they kissed each other, and that was about it. So Ken blushed softly and smiled before he leaned over to kiss Felix softly on the lips. I love you, Felix. Felix smiled and kissed Ken back before he softly yawned. I love you too, Ken. Ken smiled at his boyfriend and laid down next to him before pulling him close to his chest. Go to sleep, baby, you're gonna need it after that pounding I gave you. Felix rolled his eyes and kissed Ken softly on the cheek. Oh please, it wasn't that much of a pounding. Ken smirked and shrugged, nuzzling his face into Felix's soft blonde hair. You say that now, but wait till tomorrow, my cute little Swede. Your ass is gonna be raw and bleeding and swollen and gross. Yeah, I always go into these with fresh eyes. I don't know what is going to happen. I love that I never know what's going to happen, but that one was extremely long. I've been recording for half an hour. So anyway, thank you so much for coming and seeing me today. I really appreciate it. I've missed doing this. Have I? Have I? Anyway, thank you so much for coming and seeing me today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to push all these lovely little buttons at the bottom. Remember to follow your dreams, no matter how small they are, and I'll see all of you beautiful people in the next one. Bye, 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 bye. Obama is a thing, and I thought I'd seen it all, you know, Slender Man and all that. But Harry Styles and Barack Obama is a shit, and that was literally an ordeal. It took me so long. I'm sweating. I'm flushed. Hungry.